Welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. So we're going to be doing a yes or no pick a card. I'm going to try to keep it shorter. So I'm just going to pull one card and then maybe one clarifier and then an oracle card for some advice and then an actual yes or no. So as you can see from, I'm sure this is not super clear or like really easy to see, but it's kind of the best I can do with my setup right now. But like I always say, whenever the video comes across your screen, however it does, like the very first thing, the very first pile, the very first card, very first deck, in this case, like the number, whatever you're drawn to, yeah, really try not to overthink it. And yeah, if you're like watching the video, you can always like, yeah, pull the video down and like look at the timestamp for a second if you really need to. But yeah, I always recommend just try to go with, whatever the first thing that catches your eye is and not, like I said, overthink it too much. And the timestamps are always in the description. So as you could see, I think I said timestamp earlier and I meant to say thumbnail. Like, yeah, from what's on the thumbnail. So, excuse me, yeah. But anyways, yeah, timestamps are always in the description. The reading. But anyways, so this one was number 1. All of these come from the Alleyman's tarot, and so I'm going to just like put the whole deck together, and I have like 140 cards or so from the deck right now. So I'm going to just combine the whole deck, and then for each pile I'm just going to shuffle and like cut to a random section of the deck and then just use that section of it to do that pile. So I'll do that for each pile. So I just picked 5 random cards here. So we have pile 1 was this one, and then pile 2 was this one here, pile 3, pile 4, and then pile 5. So yeah, this is just like a huge deck. It was like put together where it's like all of the cards that they liked out of all of the random different decks. They like brought them all together and made this mega deck. So every single card has its like original backing from the original tarot deck it belongs to. So everything's like pretty random. So yeah, right now, this is gonna be pile 1. So we're just going to use this little chunk for pile 1. We're just going to pull 1 card to see like what your situation or what your question could kind of be about. Ooh, so we have this card is just kind of like a blank card. It's like neutral space here. So yeah, I'm getting like that like kind of blank space period before something happens or something's created, like with that Fool, like 0 egg energy. It's like that blank space or like the void. Like yeah, that like uncertainty or the purity of something before you begin, like the blank page of the paper before you start writing on it. It's just like all possibilities, right? Like there's just like a kind of a blank canvas in front of you with like a lot of different any multitude of possibilities, right? So we have the Queen of Cups. So you could be like kind of doubting yourself or kind of going against your intuition right now, or feeling like you're not looking at the situation clearly, or you feel like you're getting too caught up in your emotions or too overwhelmed in your emotions, so you can't make like a clear choice for yourself. Um, yeah, with the spiral, it's like just feeling, it's like you feel too overwhelmed by an emotional situation that's happening around you. You feel like too drained and caught up and triggered here to be able to like think clearly or trust yourself, or you feel like you can't trust the choices that you're making right now because there's um too much emotional chaos around you. It's like you're trying to find a way to like balance the way that you feel with like reality. You feel like your perception's been like distorted by something. So yeah, there could be just kind of like a blank canvas in front of you, or like a whole world of opportunities around you, but you feel like you can't trust the way that you feel, or like you can't trust like what you're seeing around you if it's like actually reality. So it's like maybe you're given like a new chance or a fresh start with something, and you're not sure if you can trust your emotions or the way that you feel, or trust yourself to make like a clear choice here because you were like really wounded in the past. So now you're not sure if you're coming from a place of making decisions out of trauma or being like overly protective of yourself. It's like you don't have that emotional empowerment, or you don't feel very emotionally stable. You feel like all the chaos around you is kind of like getting to your head or like weighing you down in some ways. Like with the fish, I'm getting it's like there's like energy kind of like pulling at you, or like there could be people kind of like there's just this chaotic energy around you. People could be like bickering around you, or it's just something around you kind of like influencing your emotional state. So you feel like you can't trust yourself to make a proper judgment call, or you can't trust like your intuition in some ways. You feel like other people are influencing you or weighing you down. So you don't know like how to begin or how to start or how to go about something. You feel like you can't rely on the way that you feel in some way to know how to move forward with something. We have under spiritual attack, fighting off negative energies, fighting spiritual warfare, needing to clear your energy. So, yeah, you feel like there's all these people around you kind of like messing with you or trying to maybe manipulate you or influence you emotionally. So, you feel like it's like not safe to begin something or to move forward or to trust the way that you feel because you feel as though other people could be like influencing you or triggering you or swaying you in a certain direction. So you're just like avoiding like even kind of starting something or pursuing something. It's like you're leaving something in this like unknown potential state, because you're like there's like this fear of being vulnerable here, like opening yourself up and showing people how you really feel, because you know that they're like they have false intentions or they're gonna like use it against you or use what you're saying or the ways that you're vulnerable to kind of like emotionally manipulate you to sway you in certain directions or to like have power over you. So it's like you want to remain closed off or keep to yourself. You know, you already know. So it's like, yeah, there's something here where it's like you already know, but it's like you're fighting trusting your intuition because you feel like other people are kind of influencing you. Or you could, it's like if you feel like there's other people around you that are influencing you or specifically trying to make you react a certain type of way or think certain type of way, feel a certain type of way, you specifically know there's people trying to sway you in a certain direction or another. So you're specifically holding off, like really establishing something or getting something started here because you don't want anyone else to like influence you. You don't want to like be vulnerable and let people know what you have going on. It's like you're definitely right. Like you should definitely trust your intuition here. So yeah, I'm already getting like if that's your question, it's like there's something here that you can sense or that you can see here. So it's making you want to hold back and be kind of like closed off, not reveal like your like emotional state or like all of your cards in the situation in some way. You're like holding something back here. So we have nature spirits, the bottom of the deck. So this is all about like connecting with nature, in order to like receive the messages that you need and the guidance that you need from spirit and keep yourself grounded. Oof. Jealousy. Oh my goodness. So yeah, you feel like there's like all these certain people around you trying to get you to think a certain way or to influence the way that you feel in a certain type of way. So it's like you don't want to be vulnerable or there's this energy where it's like you don't even want to like start or begin here or like show your cards. You already know, like you can already see through these people. It's like you can just feel their energy here. So yeah, this is definitely confirmation if you feel like you're in some type of a uh if you're under attack in some way, if you feel like people are kind of sending you weird energy and like weird vibes subtly, but then like pretending to be your friend or like you feel like people are trying to get you to open up in weird ways or you just feel like it's not safe to open up or like let your guard down, like with the fishes, it's like you feel like these certain people around you are like low key like fighting behind your back or using the information that you would tell them to like cause certain situations behind your back and then therefore like push you in certain directions or sway you in certain directions that they wanted you to go in because they feel insecure here whenever you're there's like this energy of there's people around you that are trying to influence the way that you feel about things and like the way that you approach certain things, keep you in like more of like a shut down place and a not open place here because they whenever you're like embodying your like with this swirl here, like whenever you're embodying, like whenever you're in your power here, whenever you're emotionally grounded, you can trust your intuition, your like psychic abilities are like turned on here, and no one else is like kind of messing with you, then you're this very, very powerful person, and it's like very threatening to, or it makes the people around you feel really insecure. So then they try to like sway you or have some sort of control over your emotional state, so you feel like it's not safe to like fully be yourself, so you have your guard up here, and it's like you don't really pursue the things that, yeah, you just feel like it's like not safe to be vulnerable and pursue the things that you feel like passionate about, or that you're like really drawn to emotionally in some way. So definitely this is confirmation that if you feel like weird vibes from people, they really could be sending you like spiritual attacks. You really could kind of need to like protect yourself here. Um, let's get one advice card for this pile, just so, because this energy is a little um, bit intense. I don't want to like leave you guys on a note of just like, okay, well, what do I do with that? Like, okay, yeah, thanks for clarifying how I, like, why I felt like I needed to close myself off, but like, what do I do about it? Kind of. Cupid has entered your heart and has awakened you to love and romance, but this time on a different vibration. Having a newfound love for yourself has created opportunity for a new chapter with possibilities to cultivate healthy relationships. So yeah, that could be what causes them to be really jealous here. Is like you've done a lot of work on yourself, and so you're this very like mature, grounded person. And I'm also hearing just like very like sensual here, and this like this emotional feminine energy that kind of like draws people in. um so yeah, you're there's like potential here for you to like move forward in a really positive direction for yourself. It's like you just have to be willing to kind of take that start. But that could be what creates like this jealousy here for certain individuals around you for some reason. Like with the two fish, it's like it's coming from all sides. It feels like it's like anytime you um, meet a new person here and you start to move towards a new relationship, it's like all these people like start to try to make you feel some type of way about it, or just like projecting all their weird vibes on there. And it's like, yeah, it's like people can't stand to see you move forward in a healthy relationship and like thriving. Yeah, like whenever you're emotionally balanced here and you're like thriving in your own life, it's like it creates a lot of jealousy in the people around you for some reason. So then they try to have a lot of like control over your emotional state, or the way that you're reacting, or the way that you see things. So then you feel like you have to kind of like shut down, or you can't really truly be yourself, and then that like blocks you from being able to like move forward into a healthy relationship for yourself, because you're really closed off. False narrative discernment. Be mindful of the story you're telling yourself. Having a negative narrative is destructive and simply not true. Stop listening to your ego based story that is laced with falsehoods and old conditioning. For every negative thing you say, counteract that by saying 3 positive words. See the truth of who you are, which is wise, magnificent, and radiant. So, yeah, um, it's like these people kind of come in and like manipulate you emotionally, and then you start to tell yourself this false narrative, and you feel like you have to kind of like close yourself off, and you can't fully embody your true self and just like be who you are and let yourself shine. um, and so it's like anytime you like kind of let these people win, or you let um, yeah, this like jealous energy that these other people have, when you kind of take that on and you start to self-sabotage and like feed yourself a false story about yourself. It's like definitely take the time to like intervene with those thoughts, and to step in and remind yourself of 3 really positive things about yourself to kind of counteract uh, like the spiritual warfare, like these stories that have been kind of planted inside of you by these other people around you that like don't want to see you shine and like embodying your true self and moving forward to like happiness here. So that can be a really good tool to kind of help us like rewrite the stories that we tell ourselves. As um, It's like override the negative things that we've heard about ourselves or that we feel about ourselves based on like other people kind of like knowing how to trigger us or control our emotional state in some way and like keep us like kind of stuck here, not really wanting to fully open up. So yeah, it's like we know ourselves better than anyone, and so we can really, that is really great advice to like help counteract any sort of like negative or insecure energy that comes up. So now we're going to get an actual yes or no. So we have be assertive at the bottom of the deck. We have forgiveness, peaceful resolution within the next few months, the situation will improve, and there's something better. So yeah, we have forgiveness, peaceful resolution, the situation will improve within the next few months, and there's something better. And also be assertive for some advice here. So that is for pile 1. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to shuffle for pile 2. So we're going to use this portion of the deck. We'll just pull one card to get just some context here regarding your question or what you're curious about. Okay. So I believe this is the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, it could be in regards to like something that you're really, really passionate about here. It looks like this guy has like his eye on something. He's like considering moving forward towards something, but right now he's like just stagnant, kind of looking at it. So it's like you could have your eye on something, or you could be thinking about something that you feel really passionate and you kind of want, even the horse is looking at it, but there's this energy of like investigating it or checking it out to like see what it's all about, or like thinking about like, should we get closer and get a closer look, or not being fully sure. But it's like feeling kind of like directed or guided in that direction with the wand. It's like feeling drawn towards it, something that you could have like a strong desire here, feel really passionate towards, but it's like you're not fully sure. You can't like see the full picture yet. You're not sure if you should like move towards it or kind of like go in that direction or not. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups in the reverse. And then I believe this is like the Page of Wands here or something. Um, so, okay. So there's this energy towards, it's like, okay, there's something around you that you see here, and it's like giving you this, it seems kind of familiar, and it's like giving you this feeling of like something that you may have like experienced in the past, or so you feel very drawn towards something here, but it's like you're not sure. It's like you feel really nostalgic, you feel really drawn, but it's like you're just not quite sure. You're not quite sure if you should just like kind of charge in and go all for it. It's like you're not quite sure if this is that thing that you like remember from your past, or it's like is something feels really familiar about it, but you're not quite sure if this is actually it. And so you feel really drawn towards it, but it's like you have your guard up here somewhat. It's like you're a little bit defensive of it, because you're just not quite sure if this is uh, like what you think you're seeing here, or what you remember it to be, or what you think that it could be, or what it is, or in some way there's this level of like wanting to like not being sure if you should like kind of approach and investigate further, because you kind of like have your guard up here. You're like not sure you should trust something. So there's like one of two things that could be happening. It's like it could be something that maybe kind of fell apart or didn't really work out in the past. So it's like you feel a little bit sensitive towards it. So it's like you're drawn back towards that, but you're not sure if this is like a good idea. You're not sure if like it could work out better this time. It's like you kind of have your guard up here. You're a little bit defensive towards it, even though you feel drawn to like go back to something, or to take a second look at something, or to kind of like redirect towards something. You're being drawn, you feel really passionately towards something that maybe didn't work out so good, or didn't go so well, or left you feeling kind of like emotional, so now you have your guard up. or you've like been through like a lot in the past, or like you've kind of like been hurt before in the past. um but you did experience like a really fun and playful like childlike love at some point in the past, and you would like to have that again. And so you see something around you that like could be that, or you could have this potential to have like that type of like young fun love again, and like kind of like go all in here and just like play and have fun together. But you're also not sure. Like, you're not sure if this is actually going to be that, or if it's just kind of like giving you those feelings of nostalgia, but like you're not sure if you could really um, like have that, or if you're just going to end up getting hurt again, like you did with something else here in the past. So it's like, even though you feel really drawn towards this, you feel really drawn to like explore this potential or this potential connection, but you have your guard up here. You're a little bit defensive because you're just like not sure um, if this will actually kind of be like something that you remember from the past, or like the way that you remember something was in the past, whenever you could just be like really innocent and fun and just like let your childlike self out and just like play and like love on each other. um like your first love type of a thing. It's like maybe you're really drawn towards something that you feel like you could like have like that level of like care, like connection, or like bond or fun with someone again, but you're just not quite sure. So you kind of have your guard up here. It's like you don't want to get hurt again, like you did with something else here. Or it could literally be like an ex that you're drawn towards, or something that didn't really work out, but like you had a lot of fun at one time. And so it's like you're thinking that you could kind of like go back to that, but you're not really sure because maybe it didn't work out at some point. Ooh, we have caution. So I feel like this is this energy of like, even the horse is like kind of looking sideways, like, should we proceed forward? It's like there's all this like caution tape around like your heart or something, because it's like, yeah, you have like a shield up in this here. It's like you have like a weapon ready, like you're ready to defend yourself if it like turns out to not be what you thought, or um you look at the situation like there's this like caution tape all around it. It's like there's something, it's like because it's kind of triggering these like feelings that you haven't had since you were like really hurt or something, or it's triggering like feelings that haven't came up since you were like a little kid, or it's triggering like this like inner childlike part of you that you haven't really had like really come out with anyone else, or like ever since you were really young, or since like your first love or something. And so there's a part of you that's like, could this be that again? Could this be good again? Like you're like really drawn to like explore this here and see where it could go. But then there's this other part of you that's like, caution, caution, like you got really hurt. Maybe in your first love, if you had this like really innocent, playful, childlike, like fun, like you just like play together type of a connection, then it ended up going really south. You got really hurt. It kind of really traumatized you, but it's like you have a desire to like explore something that could be similar to that, but you're not quite sure if it really could be, or if it's just going to end up hurting you. It's like as soon as you these feelings come up or you feel drawn towards this, it's like also all this like caution tape. It's like you're like, oh no, like last time I had these feelings, I got really hurt, or this didn't work out for me, or um, yeah, there's like all this hesitancy that comes up. That's kind of like the place that you're coming from, is like this very like cautious and like doubtful, and like, could it really be, or am I just going to get hurt again type of a situations. So that's whether it's like this is literally with an X and you're curious, it's like caution, like I got really hurt by this person last time, or you've just been really hurt in the past and then now you feel like you kind of have a potential, like you have the same type of feelings for someone new now, or it's like the same type of something is similar to how it was in the past, or it reminds you to something how it was in the past, and so then it's triggering you to be like, oh, I don't want to get hurt again like I did in that previous relationship. So um yeah, for both scenarios, like whether it's like your ex or someone new, and then you're just triggered because of the way that it went with an ex. um Either ways, like, you just feel like you need to, like, be cautious here, because it's like these same feelings are coming up. Something somehow, some way, it's like reminding you of something you've been through before, or how you felt in the past, or how you felt when you were a kid in some way. So we have, be careful, they both look the same. Salt or sugar looks can be deceiving. So you're worried about, like, okay, there's this fear of, someone new coming in and being like, oh, I really want to explore this, or I really want to see where this goes, and like putting your guard down and like going in this direction here, and then it just turns out to be, you thought it could be this like new potential to like have something different, is, play out the past again in a different way. But then you just end up, it's like you think that it's going to be one thing, but it ends up being another. That's like your biggest fear here. So that's like something that could have happened in the past, is like, so yeah, you don't want to learn like that same type of a lesson again of like being misled here, or like having someone tell you one thing and then do another, or like not being able to distinguish between, um, you're just like really cautious, or you're really like taking a second look at this before like moving in this direction, or just like really having your guard up and being ready to defend yourself, because um, yeah, you've experienced that in the past, just like someone presenting something one way and then it actually ended up being another. Um, so yeah, if this is like an ex, then it's like you've already learned that lesson with them, so you're trying to be really cautious not to like just like be told the same old story here, but then they end up doing the same thing, or like they come in and like kind of like sell you something, and then they end up having the same actions, or it's like there's this new situation that you're really drawn to and you really want to explore it, and it seems like it's going to be like so different, and then once you taste it, it's the exact same thing. It's salt too. It like wasn't actually sugar. It wasn't this like better thing. So there's this like hesitancy of like, it's like it appears as though it could be really similar to something that was really really sweet from your past, this like really nostalgic playful memory that you have, but there's this fear of like, could it be, it's like this fear to actually give it a try, or to actually go for it and explore it here, because then you're afraid it's like once you try it out that it's actually going to be salt and not sugar, and it's actually going to be reminiscent of a really painful memory or experience you went through in the past, rather than being able to like revive this like sweet innocent playful childlike loving part of themselves. Is like they want to be able to take that in, or give that a chance, or give that a try, but there's like this fear that they're going to be like misled, is like once they go all in, then they're going to get a whole spoonful of like the opposite of what they really wanted here. um, or you, however it resonates, take it however it resonates. So we have relief, the bottom of the deck, and then you got two cards. So we have truth and veiled. Very interesting. So I'm going to read all of these for you. The end of suffering or hard times, a much needed relief or break in the energy. Miracles, rescue, and reprieve. Meditate on this symbol when all seems too much. Feel it blast out the negatives as you call in strength to your heart. So yeah, it's just a huge break in the energy here. Revealed. All is not being revealed at this time. Is someone around you hiding or holding back information or an aspect of themselves? Please use caution in proceeding. Or perhaps the mask is inviting you to be more protective of what you share. Draw another card for clarity in your next right action. You can meditate on the mask to achieve altered states of awareness and encourage hidden abilities to rise to the surface of your consciousness. So, yeah, it's like you're looking at the situation and you feel like it could be something here, but there's this energy of like, but could it be like there? You feel like there's like more going on that you can't really see. You need to kind of like get a closer look, right? You kind of like have your guard up here because you're not sure. You don't want to like get hurt in the same ways. So we have another card that came out with it, Truth. So, a great truth will come to light. A secret will be revealed. Your feelings regarding the situation you are asking about are true. Stand by your personal truth no matter what, and you will be rewarded. This is a time to let your authentic self shine. You have much to express. Your voice is needed. Meditate on this when you want more authenticity in your life or want clarity regarding a person or a situation. So yeah, whatever your intuition is telling you, it's true. So it's like if your intuition is telling you that you want to explore this and this could be really really great here, then that could be true. But also if your intuition is telling you that there's like something you're not seeing or there's something a little off about this, or you should kind of like keep your guard up because you don't want to get hurt in the same ways that you did in the past. Um, yeah, if you feel like there's like more to the story and it seems a little weird, then that's true as well, right? So kind of depending on how you like asked your question, um, is going to depend on how the yes or no uh, will like serve you, if that makes sense. But we'll actually get, but yeah, definitely like know that like whatever you feel like is not being revealed, whatever your intuition is telling you is definitely true. So definitely rely on that. So that's like some clarity here. So it's like, yeah, if you're being cautious, then it's definitely for a reason. Like you've been misled before, so you kind of know the signs whenever something isn't going to necessarily be what someone's trying to present it as. So, um, yeah, that's definitely clarity or confirmation already. But we'll just get like an actual yes or no. But it's going to be, yeah, like I said, it's just like always depends on like the way you actually asked your question. So let's see here. So we have big happy changes at the bottom of the deck. What's that? Get more information underneath that. And take action. We have remain positive. And then we have there's something better. And yes. So yeah, it just kind of depends on how you asked your question. Like if you ask like, is this person being shady, or is there something I'm missing here? Do I need to be cautious? Then yes. But if you ask like, can I trust this person, or will this end up being um, what I think it will be, or will this end up being yeah, like what I think it's going to be basically, or what it's presenting itself as, then it's like also a yes. but yeah, there's also something better, right? So it just kind of depends on the way you ask your question, for how it's going to, the yes or no kind of like affect you. But we also have take action for like some advice here, and we have big happy changes with get more information on the bottom. So, and remain positive. But then, yeah, the actual yes or no, we have there is something better and yes. So, yeah, maybe you asked, like, is there something better? Should I be more patient, wait for something that's a little bit more clear? Yes, right? So, there could be a whole world of ways that you ask your questions. This is just a general reading here. So, I hope that helped give you some clarity. So, that was pile 2. Okay, so now we're going to shuffle for pile 3 here. Okay, so we're going to use this chunk here to pull a card, kind of get more context into what your question or your situation is here. So we have the Queen of Wands on the back of the deck, and we have the Publishing Goblin. So I'm getting this energy of it's like multitasking to a fault. It's like trying to focus on so many projects, being really, really overly strung out here, staying up all night focusing on things. It's like having a lot of irons in the fire, having a lot of multiple different projects you're working on at one time. It's like a lot of different things in a lot of different places, having your energy really scattered out, focusing on 2 things at once here, multitasking, sitting on top of other projects that you need to complete because your hands are so tied up, trying to keep up with like the schedule of something that you have going on here. It's like burning out. It's like you're overworking yourself to the point where you're burning out and losing the spark or the passion that you had for something. So it's like whatever you're working on, it's like you maybe used to feel really, really passionate about it, really enjoy it, it really fulfilled you and really lit you up here. And now there's this energy of like you just feel like a slave to it, or you feel like um, you don't even have time to think here. It's like you once you complete one project, you have so many more that you're like sitting on top of here. There's like so much information behind you that you have to like take time to like focus on, or it's like eating away like it's your life and your mental health and your schedule more than you realized here. Yeah, being really like overly caught up. uh yeah, not having like any time to like travel or do things for yourself, or like study things that you're interested in, because there's just like this huge stack of like responsibilities in front of you. So it's like draining the passion or the spark that you once had for it. It's like this person has to have like both of their hands in like two different places at once here. It's like in order to keep up with the printing demands, it's like they have to kind of like double down on their workload or something, and it's not really working out, or it's kind of like running them into the ground here. Or it's like with the way the newspapers are all burnt, it's like not being able to produce as quality of product here, or not having the time to like learn the information that you need to produce like the quality of product that you need. It's like the quality's deteriorating, or something's kind of like withering here, and then it's causing you to kind of like drain. It's like draining your passion, or draining like the spark, or like the way that it once fulfilled you, now that you don't have the time to like put in the time and energy and the work to produce the same quality of content or product. It's just kind of like draining you at this point, and you don't feel as like lit up and fulfilled by this as you once did. Oh yeah, so we have busy. So it's like you're so busy and preoccupied. It's like you can't focus on the things that you're interested in, or the things that you're passionate about. You can't like travel or take any time for yourself. It's like once you finish one project, there's another one that you already are slacking on, or kind of putting off. Do you have to get right to? Um, it's like the yeah, you feel like overwhelmed or anxious to like get everything in by this certain deadline, so you have to like overextend yourself or stay up super late, and it's like draining you and like the passion that you once had for like the projects that you're working on. With keeping a promise, so that could be why you're trying so hard to keep up with this, or you're trying so hard to like hang on to this or make this work, even though the quality is like not the same, or your passion isn't there, like yeah, the spark isn't there like it once was, because you're not really producing things that you feel passionate about anymore. But it's like you're keeping a promise to someone else in some way, or keeping a promise to others. So with if it's like a work thing, or like say you literally work at like a newspaper or like a podcast, or like you're an online influencer, or you create content. It's like whenever you make certain brand deals, or whenever you take on certain projects, or you take on new things, or like if you work for some sort of like publishing company, it's like that you have like a boss, and they like make your schedule, so you have to turn things in by a certain time. So that's kind of like a promise that you've made in a sense. So you feel like this duty or this obligation to, get things in on time and to keep things moving and to keep things in order here. But it's kind of like stressing you out here. It's like you're not able to like put in the quality that you need to with your work, or to like you're not able to be like as passionate about it as you once were, because now it's really draining you, because it's like too much, but you feel like you have to keep up with all of it because you've already promised like to others or to someone else in some way that you would keep up with this workload, or that you would do something in this certain way here. But now it's like causing you to kind of lose, like I said, the spark that you had for this, or you no longer feel as passionate about whatever you're creating. You feel like it's just taking up all of your time and stressing you out here and draining you. And it's like I'm hearing this like being tired of like constantly living your life around like schedules and deadlines, and just like stressing over whether or not you made this next deadline, or whether or not you're on schedule for things, or you're in time and everything's working correctly. It's just like you're just like very overwhelmed here, but it's like you feel like you can't quit, or you can't end some sort of cycle or walk away from something, because you've like it's like other people rely on you. So yeah, like if you're a boss, it's like you have to pay employees, or like there's some way where it's like, or like say you have a podcast, it's like you have to get these episodes out by a certain time, so you get like paid by the podcast people, or is there's something specific to where it's like other people rely on you, or it's like a commitment that you've already made, or a promise you've made somehow to keep things moving, so you feel a sense of like obligation here. It's like you can't quit. Parenting, focusing on your children and co-parenting. So it also, you could have a motivation, like you could have children. So this could be a motivation here to like keep yourself really stable, so that you can like compete with like your other co-parent. It's like you don't want to come across like you don't have enough, or you can't provide enough, or like you're lacking in some way, because then you're going to miss out on like the quality time with your child. Or um yeah, then like the other person will get to have the child more. Or uh like you've made a promise to your child that you would like give them a certain quality of life, or you would make sure that like you got to remain as like their main caretaker or parent here, so you feel like obligated to be able to like provide something here, or like you feel like you need to focus on, yeah, you have this like greater goal here, or this greater drive, that's like keeping you feeling like you need to like step up your game, or like get a second job, or really make sure you can come through here, so that like someone else doesn't have the upper hand maybe, or like so you can continue to fulfill a promise in some way. So yeah, that could be to like people around you. It could be to like employees and your kids, or like, yeah, you have to pay your employees to keep your business going in order to feed your kids. It's like a whole cycle of like promises. Um, but yeah, I'm also getting it's like you want to be able to provide your kids with the best life possible. So then, like, the other person doesn't get to have more time with them. So you feel like really, really stressed to like get things out by a certain deadline or a certain timeline. Um, it's like, yeah, with the Queen of Wands, it's like you're trying to be like the best like mother or caretaker possible here, be that like stable figure here, and yeah, like be someone that your kids can rely on, like someone that keeps their promises here and like follows through, like no matter how hard you have to work, or like no matter how much time it takes. It's like you're gonna give them like a certain quality of life that you like promise them, or you think that they deserve. Oh, so we have protection. So this card's all about like it being safe to move forward with something. It's like knowing that you're protected in all areas and all aspects of your life here. It's like you don't have to like be afraid of something. It's like spirit is protecting you, so it's safe to like move about and do the things that you feel like you need to do, or like it's safe to move forward is what the deck or is what the book says. It's like you're being protected in all ways, on all levels. It's like safe to move forward in your whatever you're working on. We have full moon. So I'll go ahead and read that for you. A ceremony, culmination, or completion of a cycle in time. There is magic here. The full moon has the power to magnify your dreams. It can also take away anything not in alignment with them. Be open to the magic and the wonders of all things. Meditate or perform a ritual on the full moon to draw more of her power, feminine, receptive energy into your life, projects, and rituals. You are protected. You are safe in all matters of the mind, body, and spirit. Your highest guidance has you covered on all fronts. Do not delay in moving forward. If inquiring about a relationship, situation, or how to proceed, please take this as a sign that you are taken care of and harm to none will be had. Meditate on this symbol when you feel like you need to strengthen your energy. So what I'm getting is like you're afraid to like make a change or end a cycle or to like stop doing something the way that you've been doing because you feel like it's going to cause everything to fall apart or it's going to cause some sort of harm to these like prior commitments or these prior obligations or your children or your family in some way. But with the full moon here, this is all about like cycling out or being willing to like release the things that are no longer serving us. And then, yeah, it's like, don't be afraid to move forward and like do what you need to do here because you're being protected. So harm to none will be had, just like it's saying. So it's like, yeah, you're afraid to like let people down, especially your kids or, if you don't have children, just like your family or there's just people around you that rely on you. So like you could have employees, like I was saying, or coworkers, or there's just like some way where there's like a bigger picture where a lot of people rely on you. So you're really scared to like misstep and to like let everybody down here. But don't be afraid to like release this way of thinking and to like take care of yourself and do what's best for you because yeah, it's okay to like release certain things that are kind of overwhelming us or no longer working for us. It's like you can continue to work on these projects that you feel so passionate about, but you could just make an adjustment in like the way that you're going about it here. And you don't have to feel like everything's going to fall apart or you're going to be like this failure to all the people that are relying on you. It's like okay to, um, yeah, make the adjustments or changes or like let certain things kind of come to an end and then move forward here and know that spirit has your back and is leading you and protecting you and guiding you and is not going to allow you to get hurt as you're trying to make like a shift and do something in a way that's going to serve you more or allow you to give back to yourself and others even more. So let's get a yes or a no. So we have communicate clearly, romance, wait, and no. So I'm going to get one um, key oracle card of advice for you guys here. Stuck energy, alignment. Your body is requiring energy work to get back in alignment by balancing your chakras and clearing your auric field. You have stuck energy that can be caused by holding on to pain or having resistance to let new energy flow in. get grounded, and reconnect to your body once again. So that's some advice from Spirit. Good news, positivity. Your prayers have been heard. Good news is on the way. The universe wants you to have expectancy of positive outcomes in your life. You have the power to manifest what you desire of your highest good by co-creating with Source. Now it's time to celebrate. So yeah, there is good news and there is positivity coming in for you right now. So you're being advised to just kind of like release things that are no longer working or no longer serving you at this time, and move forward and know that you are going to be protected here, right? And definitely when it comes to romance, like the advice here is to communicate clearly and then wait here. And we also have opportunity underneath communicate clearly. So it's like waiting for the right opportunity. So right now in this present moment, it is a no. But yeah, there's like this wait energy, because for whatever reason, the way that everything is like right now is like either a no or it's not the right time, or you have to like move forward here and be willing to like release things. And then yeah, if you're able to communicate clearly and be patient here and like wait for there to be like more clarity, or for things to kind of like all move around where they need to, is like universe has heard your prayers. And so sometimes not giving you what you think you want in the moment is like universe actually knows how to kind of like set you up in a position to actually give you what you really want here. um, So yes, any missed opportunity is just like protection or redirection to get you to something that's going to serve you that much more, make you that much happier, be that much more in alignment with what you want. So sometimes having patience and really waiting for the best thing, and just choosing to move forward in our lives, knowing that we're not going to be harmed, or yeah, once we get to the other side, it's going to be the best possible thing. Like universe has really heard they know your heart, and it's yeah, what's going to be waiting for you whenever you're able to like move forward for yourself here, is going to be just that much better for you, or that much more in alignment, make you that much happier, fulfill you that much more. So yeah, it's a no right now. It's like a wait, in this present moment here. So that is pile 3. Okay, so we're going to shuffle pile 4 now. Okay, so we're using this chunk of the tarot here. I'm just going to get one card to kind of get like the general situation around your question. So we have the Comforter in reverse. So yeah, you could feel kind of like left out right now, or kind of lonely, or you could feel like really upset and feel like you kind of need consoled or some way, or you don't really know which direction to turn to in order to kind of like feel better, or you don't know how to comfort another person here, like someone around you is really hurt and upset and you don't really know how to make it better or how to like help the situation, or you don't know if you're responsible for making someone feel better, or you're not sure if like another person should be responsible for comforting you or making you feel better. We have the Page of Pentacles here. So I'm getting this energy of like you're just starting out in something, like you're just starting out in something new. So it could be like a new job or a new career field, or like you're just starting to learn something and you don't have a lot of like resources or information yet. And so you're just trying to figure it out and like trying to figure it all how to go about all of it, and you feel as though there's not a lot of support or a lot of help, or there's not like a lot of resources to reach out to get any sort of like emotional support. It's like you kind of have to like figure it all out on your own, or you have to do it on your own, or you're kind of like just now figuring out how to like build something for yourself, so you don't know how to like support another person, or because you're like so early on in your career or early on in your job or what you're trying to do, you don't have the resources yet to know how to like be there for others or to help others or to support others in some way, or you feel like there's not a lot of support for like the stage that you're in your journey for some reason. Or yeah, you're like trying to kind of like reach out to others and like collaborate with others, or see if other people will help you, or if you can kind of like learn from others or like gain resources from others, and you feel like other people are kind of cold, like they don't really want to help you, or yeah, you feel like you don't really have like a place in this new career, or that you haven't like found your footing yet, you don't really have like a safe space that you can go to, or like people around you that you can like trust to like help you with something, or um, you don't know how to like give to others or help others because you're just trying to find like your footing for yourself, or like establish like a safe spot for yourself here. So it's like you don't know how to be there for others or like someone else in your life in some way. Ooh, so we have doing draw. I'm not going to say the word. um Dramas. Getting involved in the tiny little dramas. Um ooh, sick. So I'm also hearing it's like if you're just now, okay, say you're like new in recovery, or like you've just now started this life, you've just now made this change to kind of like move out of this lifestyle that you used to be involved in. It's like you're just now starting to like grow and like try to like better yourself and like gain more resources for yourself, and you're trying to kind of like turn this around for yourself. If you could be like struggling a little bit, or like just trying to get on your feet or find your footing and like figure out how to move forward, and it's like you feel as though there's not a lot of support, or there's not a lot of resources, like you feel like a lot of people don't care, or like, yeah, because of like your past or something. Now that like you're just starting out, it's like a lot of people don't want to share resources with you, or like you feel like you just don't, because like now that you removed yourself from a certain environment, you don't have like those same people around you. So it's like you're trying to like go out and find footing in like this new direction, or like build resources for yourself in this new direction, and you feel like people are kind of cold or shutting you out, or like you can't find like a safe space or a safe haven, or like um people to kind of like comfort you and nurture you. Like you don't have that same sense of like camaraderie or bond or friendship that you did like in this environment here. And so something that could really highlight that is like, say you literally got sick or something happened around you, and then it just kind of made you realize like how little of like comfort or like emotional support that you have around you. It's like you're just trying to kind of like move forward and do something like all on your own here, figure something out, find your footing, again, like build or gain resources like all on your own without any sort of like support. Um, so that could be like what's making you sick, or it's like you feel like you can't afford to get sick because you don't have anywhere to go to like have someone to like help take care of you, or to like kind of lean on in some way. Um, yeah, it's like you can't misstep here or like do anything to cause, you can't like relapse at all or do anything to cause you to like get sick, because it's like you don't have anywhere to fall back on or turn to now that you've like left this lifestyle behind. It's like you don't have that comfort or support or like that illusion of that safe space. So it's like you have to just like go out on your own and like find your own footing now. It's like start on your own journey. So you no longer have like that same like space to fall back on. So it's like you can't allow yourself to like get sick here or like be weak in some way. Or you can't like allow yourself to like make yourself sick because you don't have like that same support system, or like people to comfort you or nurture you anymore around you in some way. It's like you had to like go out on your own in some way, or you're curious if you should go out on your own in some way. It's like if you leave these people behind, then if something were to happen to put you in a vulnerable position, like would you have like any sense of like comfort or support around you, or would you just be like totally on your own and not have anyone at all? We have nature spirits. So this is all about just like grounding down into spirit. Or I'll read it for you guys. I'll read it for you. Oh, and we have healer. Very interesting. So I'll read both of those for you guys. The elements, fairies, divas, and other nature spirits request your presence. It is time to venture outside, get into nature, and recharge your batteries with the trees, the grass, the mountains, the desert, and the sea. There is a magic that awaits you when you commune with nature. You are a healer. Feel not your own ability to be a light worker or a way shower for others. Drawing this card can also symbolize that a healing in its highest form is available to you now. If you have pulled this card in regards to a relationship or situation, please know that there is a powerful exchange of energy here. Meditate when you are wanting to heal on the physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual plane. So yeah, it's like you're helping to like heal the sicknesses that were created in the past. So that can be really uncomfortable too, with the comforter in reverse. It's just it could just literally be an uncomfortable situation you're going through. So let's get Yeah, it's like an uncomfortable adjustment, healing yourself into sobriety, right? And I have been there. I'm speaking from experience. So actually get your yes or no. Okay. So we have trust. Ooh, and then you're ready. Underneath that says the bottom of the deck energy. Ask for help from others. So yeah, it might not feel like you have a lot of comfort or support, or like you have like that place that you can go to, but you may just it may just be a matter of like needing to reach out to others and just ask for help. And then this is helping to kind of like heal your perspective and make you realize it's like you're not all on your own. Like you don't have to tackle this all on your own here. It's like you do have support from people around you, even though it might not feel like you do. And that's just like helping you to heal like the past perspective, right? Whatever like kept you like dependent and feeling like you needed to continue to like choose this lifestyle. It's like really realizing how many people around you do actually care about you and do support you can really help to, yeah, heal you from feeling like you need these certain things or these certain people in these lifestyles or in these same choices, right? If you believe. So yeah, that was something that like popped up for me before, is like maybe a potential question is like, if I like leave this behind, or like leave this lifestyle behind, this illusion of like these people that seem to kind of care, it's like if I go out on my own here and um try and like make myself better, then I'm going to lose a lot of this in my comfort zone, right? And so then it's like, will I be able to find like that safe space or like people that really care about me moving forward? And it's like, you will, right? Helpful people. So yeah, there's going to be other people that are going to come in, and like you'll be able to have like a safe haven within them, and you'll be able to find that sense of comfort and camaraderie with others in the future. Again, it's like, if you believe and if you're willing to ask for help, you have to be willing to like voice the needs that you have for others to know like exactly what they can do for you. Like they don't know how to help if you never let them know what's going on or like let them in. Opportunity. So yeah, there will be new opportunities if you choose to like heal yourself and work on yourself and better yourself here. We have choose a new direction. So yeah, I'm just gonna say this pile is a yes, because that's really what I'm getting. Is like, if you um, have the confidence to like move forward out of something and to choose a new direction for yourself, it's like, yes, you may be leaving one comfort zone, but you are in the process of like really healing here and co-creating with spirit, and you're gonna find there is an opportunity for other people to come in and like help you and to build that type of bond and connection with people, and to get that sense of comfort and nurturing from others. It's just not going to be like what you're used to in the environments that you're used to, and it's not going to be attached to those comfortable familiar habits. So it may not, right now in this moment it doesn't feel like it's going to be as comforting or it's going to be the same, but that's where like healing the perspective from like how you feel or how you saw things in the past is going to be really important. So it's like, the more you heal inside, the more you're going to realize that you actually do take comfort in these other people that do really want to help you and do really care about you and want to see you like be your healthiest and like thriving and learning and growing within yourself and like working on yourself and building yourself up here. They really want to help you like find footing in the world and be this like stable and established person in the long run. So yeah, that is pile 4. Okay, so we're shuffling for pile 5 now. So okay, so we're using this chunk here to get some more perspective around your question here, what you're inquiring about. Ooh, the house of God. This is the tower, I believe, though, with the lightning strike. So yeah, it's like this divine tower, divine intervention, some sort of unrest happening around you that feels like a wake up call from God. Ooh, the 9 of clocks underneath that. So it's like time's up. It's like God strikes. It's like, yeah, divine timing here. Something's coming up, coming to light, coming apart. Okay, so I think this is the 9 of swords. I'm almost positive this is the 9 of swords. And then we have the 5 of mirrors. So, okay, so the 5 of mirrors is all about, it's like, okay, with the mirrors, it's like they hold up. Okay, so a lot of times with the mirror, it's not the true reflection that's being given back to us. It's just merely a perception. So a lot of times with mirrors, it's like they hold up these certain perceptions that we want to give off to the outside world, and there's something deep within or on the inside that we're trying to hide or conceal. So we're giving off this presentation or this image on the outside, and the mirrors are the reflection of that. So it's just a reflection of like the perceptions or the angles that we want others to be able to see. Um, and so with the cracks here, it's like once we have these cracks and these mirrors or these illusions that we're projecting it to the outside, it's like everything that we're trying to conceal from within starts to be revealed. It's like once the surface, the illusion is kind of cracked here, then it will kind of reveal, it will shine a light on everything that was trying to be hidden here. So it's like the secrets that we try to keep buried deep down by holding up certain appearances or keeping up with certain appearances or images like on the outside here. So yeah, it's like this keeping up with the Joneses energy, so then everything has a certain appearance or illusion on the outside, and so people can't see like what's really going on like on the inside or deep down. But then once we get the cracks in these mirrors, then everything we're trying to hide like deep within starts to be reflected or to be highlighted or to show here. And with the Nine of Swords, it's like this anxiety is eating away at this person. It's like they're being swarmed or surrounded by these very anxious, like self-sabotaging like thoughts here. It's like literally eating them alive, like feeling trapped, feeling stuck. So it's like all of this like deep down, it's like all of this really yucky stuff deep down, that someone was really struggling with here. It's like literally eating them alive. It's like crippling them. It's like they feel stuck here in like something old, like with the, yeah, it's like there's something old around them that they feel stuck in. They feel like there's so much anxiety. They don't know a way to get out of this or to like free themselves from something that's like died here or something that didn't work, and it's creating a lot of anxiety. And like the window is open behind them, so it's like they could get up and free themselves from this, but it's like with the anxiety is like eating them alive, so they feel like they can't like get up and remove themselves from something that's like died or not worked out here. um so yeah, there is like this energy of like trying to keep up the illusions or keep up the appearances here and not let people know like what's really going on inside, or like how much like they're really struggling in some way. But it's like now it's like this, the mirrors are starting to crack, and so it's like this is starting to come out here or come up. It's like you can't really hide it as much anymore. But yeah, with the window, it's like you theoretically could get up and free yourself, but it's just like being so overwhelmed by like all of this energy around you. Again, it's kind of just like eating you alive, so you feel like stuck or trapped, or like you can't like move out of something that like didn't work out. It's like even though it didn't work out, you could still be trying to keep up the appearance or the illusion on the outside that things are a certain way, and it's like you're trying to mask the like the way that you really feel about it deep down, or like what really has happened, or the level to which like something has like not worked out here. It's like not wanting people to see like what's really going on or the true nature of something here. But now that that's like starting to fall apart, it's like with the cracks, it's like people are starting to see through like the image that's being projected or presented to the outside world here. Um, yeah, with the towers, like the structure of the building, like it looks really great and it looks like it has all of this integrity from the outside. Um, but there's like something on the inside, or there's something deeper going on here that others can't see. So then there's like this outside divine intervention that's like causing something to come down here, even though it looked really structurally sound, right? It's like still falling apart regardless. It's like the, no matter how like strong the mirrors were or the illusions were here, no matter how structurally sound it seemed, it's like the hand of God is like somehow like shining a light on this, or like just making this all fall apart here. It's like you can't hide like what's really going on anymore. It's like all coming down, like the walls are coming down to like reveal like what's underneath here, like what's buried underneath. Ooh, a situation's about to explode, ish is about to pop off, but it's in the reverse. So I don't usually take reversals in this deck, 'cause it's just like it's just like random. But I feel like this is because this is saying it's like it's about to pop off, it's about to explode. But we have the tower here, and like the mirrors are already cracking, right? So I'm getting it's like this is already exploded, or this is already popped off, or this is already started to fall apart here. It's already up in flames, right? Ooh, we have setting the record straight. So yeah, it's like the illusions here, like whatever was being projected is no longer working. You can't bury or conceal or hide like whatever is really inside. It's like the truth is coming out here, and yeah, this record is being kind of like cleared in some way. People are being able to see like the truth of like what's really going on in a situation, or how someone really feels, or how something is really not working out. It's like this energy of like how it's like eating them alive. It's like no longer going to work out to pretend like it's not, or just like bury it down here. It's like this is going to come out here, and people are going to see this. They're going to have to like kind of explain themselves in some way. And then yeah, with this card here, it's like it's already happened, it's already popped off, it's already going down. Like someone's already having to like explain themselves, or um, yeah, the walls have already came down. It's like the hand of God has already kind of like struck in the situation here. So it's already up in flames. The mirrors have already cracked. The illusions have already fallen apart. So it's now someone is kind of like being expected to like set the record straight in some way here. Okay, so we have healer at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, and trust. So I'm going to read both of those for you. You are a healer. Fear not your own ability to be a light worker or a way shower for others. Drawing this card can also symbolize that a healing in its highest form is available to you now. If you have pulled this card in regards to a relationship or situation, please know that there is a powerful exchange of energy here. Meditate when you are wanting to heal on a physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual plane. We have trust. Step into the unknown. All may not be revealed at this time. Trust in unforeseen forces. Meditate on this to let go of all attachments or possibilities. Free yourself from your dharma and increase your trust in your guides and the universe. So yeah, I'm getting it's like you may not be able to see it, but this is already up in flames. Like there's already been a tower moment. Something has already been exposed here. The true light of like how something was really eating someone away, or how someone was really struggling, is like coming up here. Um, so yeah, you may not be able to see it, or there may not be proof in your physical 3D reality right now at this time, but this situation is already up in flames. And so there's already something kind of like going on here behind the scenes. So you can trust to like move forward here in some way, or you can trust that like the record is being set straight, even if you can't see it like in your timeline right now in present time. It is moving in this direction. I'm going to get one oracle card of advice for y'all. Abundance, security. Money is energy like anything else. You want it to flow and not feel trapped. Trusting that the universe will take care of you gives off the energy of abundance and expectancy in every dollar you receive. Know that you are supportive and that money will flow. Humanitarian service. Your soul longs to joyfully serve. Being of service is a huge calling that is honorable and satisfying. How are you being called to serve humanity? Serve with grace and humility to assist those that cannot help themselves. Be an advocate, a confidant, and an inspiration along the way. So, yeah, that is all I have for pile 5. So, thank you so much if you watched this far into the reading. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you have a really, really great night. Thank you.